Good morning and welcome to Veterans Call, a show for and about veterans. My name is Shannon Nisbet, your Franklin Veteran Services Officer. We're very excited to have a special guest in our studio this morning, Commander John Milot from American Legion Post 75 here in Franklin. Welcome, Commander Milot.
Thank you very much. Pleased to be here.
So, can you tell us a little bit about the history of your post and your organization's mission?
Well, the history of our post is the American Legion started in 1919, and our post was started in 1919. We're named after Edward L. Grant, who was a Franklin resident, who went to Dean. He became a second lieutenant in the First World War and wound up taking command of a battalion. When his commander passed away. They were looking for the lost battalion, and he was killed by a mortar shell. So that's who our post is named for.
Oh. Thank you for that history. Very interesting. And what is your organization's mission?
Well, the Legion likes to provide color guards for the Memorial Day Parade in Franklin, Norfolk, and the St. Patty's Day Parade in Boston. We help other units out, like Rentham and Norfolk, Medway, stuff like that. We also took over the Memorial Day Parade in Franklin last year, and it was very short notice. Mm-hmm. And so this year we started early, and we've got all kinds of good stuff going on. You'll see if you come. We also provide outreach programs. We visit the retirement homes and nursing homes in Franklin and the one in Brockton quarterly. Mm-hmm. We sponsor junior and senior people go into Boys and Girls State, which is a program to get you to know a little bit more about politics and stuff and how it works and how the government works. It's pretty neat. The last person that we put through Boys State is now at West Point.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of nice. And then, of course, we do the two scholarships to Franklin students for their graduation. That's always a very nice thing. We do Wreaths Across America. We usually go down to Bourne Cemetery, the National Cemetery down there. Mm-hmm. And I guess the biggest thing that makes more of a impact on me is we do last watch and casket guards at veterans' funerals. We also provide the last rites firing squad with the rifles at the cemeteries and stuff like that.
Oh, so you provide a lot of different services to veterans in our community, anywhere from the elderly to students going to college. And
my phone number is on the website, and anybody can call, which they have. Mm-hmm. Recently, I won't mention names, but recently we had two veterans that needed housing. Mm-hmm. One that was sleeping in his car with his wife and two kids. Mm-hmm. So you have to know who to call. Mm-hmm. That was like 10:30 at night. So mm-hmm. The Legion paid for a night at a hotel for him, and then got him services the next day.
Wow, that's wonderful. So you help out, and you never know sometimes how you may be helping a veteran and their family.
However it is what we do.
Wonderful. So tell us a little bit more about your role at the post and how the post is structured.
Well, I'm the commander of the post. I've been there since 2011. Our post was kind of like in mothballs. Nobody was doing anything with it for 26 years. And they were going to take the charter away. And the department guys said, well, let's give it one more last shot. So they came around to a bunch of us veterans that were in the Legion, but in what they called a floating post. That's the post at Boston. And until you find a post that you want to be in, you can transfer into that. Nobody was putting their hand up at first because you needed 4 officers to keep it going. So I raised my hand, and the guy that was sitting next to me, I had no idea who he was, and I said, and he's my second. And it just went on from there. And we started out with $35. Cost us $86 for the post office box. And now we're doing well enough that we do 2 scholarships, and we also do a state police program also. So we pay for all of that stuff.
Oh, that's great. So you stepped up and took off again.
And they won't let me out of my job for some reason. I don't know. But I have a great bunch of guys that I don't do all of this by myself, you know, and I got to say that the officers that we have, we've had a few change hands, but whenever I call on them, you know, they're right there. And great group of guys.
Yeah. As a member of myself, I can agree with that.
Well, thank you.
Yes, great group of people. Question, if somebody wants to join the post, what are the military eligibility requirements?
Well, as long as they were honorably discharged under honorable conditions, and they had one good day, they can join the American Legion.
Okay.
So it's pretty easy. Just a DD-214 and a phone call.
Okay. And if the one good day, does that have to be active duty, or are National Guard and reservists welcome?
Any service.
Okay. And I know a lot of those folks have done active duty for training, which sometimes, for whatever reason, doesn't qualify them for certain VA benefits.
Right.
But joining the American Legion.
We'll take them.
Okay. That's great information.
Yes.
And how does someone sign up? Who would they contact?
Well, post75ma.com. We also have a Facebook, and what's the other one that they use?
Oh, Instagram.
Instagram,
yes.
right. I have one guy that takes care of all of that and makes sure that all the new stuff gets put on it. You can go to our webpage, and my phone number's on there. You can either call me, or you can text, or you can do an email to, and we actually this afternoon at 2 o'clock, I'll be going to a person's home and signing him up because he can't get out.
Oh, okay. That's great to know that you'll do home visits if someone... So that leads to another question. What are the requirements of being a member? For example, say someone is homebound and they can't come to meetings. What is expected of members?
Well, if they want to come to a meeting, we'll come and pick them up. We have 3 or 4 gentlemen that will jump at the chance to pick somebody up and bring them here. And we have once a month meetings, and right now we're working on a way to go on Zoom so we can do the meeting and be on different platforms, social medias and stuff.
Oh, that's a really neat idea, to reach more members, especially in the winter when it might be difficult to drive. And
Right.
Yep.
We also do what we call a buddy check. We try to do it quarterly, whereas we call every member. All my officers break it up so that we have like 10 people to call. And we call and either leave a message if we don't get something, or if they don't have a messaging system, we'll write a letter to them just to check up on them, see how they're doing, see if they need anything. Especially in the wintertime. It's people don't like to ask for help, but if we're calling and checking on them, then that usually comes out.
Okay. So that's great. Proactive. So another question, circling back to all the work you do in the community, has your post ever received any awards or special recognitions for that work?
We have Child and Welfare Award. That is a ribbon on a post flag. And we've done quite a few awards for our attendance. So
Okay.
I think those are the 2 that come to the top of my mind.
Great. So what do you find most rewarding about being a member of your post, and what are the benefits for veterans who join?
The benefits to join are comradeship. We're all veterans of all different services. We don't push any of them away. The Merchant Marines, the Coast Guard, they're all just as welcome as any other. I know a lot of veteran services kind of push them off, but we kind of help them out as much as we can. And going to these people's houses when they're not doing very well, when we do the buddy system and stuff. And then, like I've had a few people that have called that need places to stay, or they need a new card for their veterans VA stuff. And so we know who to contact and who to get them to some help.
Sure.
So that's all my officers are very in tune with that. So anybody could call, if you know one of my officers more than you know me, call them.
Okay.
And we all work together.
That's great. For members who sign up, where do you need the most help with the outreach and activities that you do?
Right now we have 2 guys that are doing mostly all of the outreach programs to our senior living places and nursing homes in town here. Occasionally another member will have a day off or whatever, and they'll pitch in. But right now that's the biggest thing. That way we get to be talking to veterans that can't get out, but would like to be involved. So even if they're not a member, just because they're a veteran, we'll hang out and chat with them. And
sure. So you need more volunteers for these visits.
Yes.
And sometimes you play games, I believe, with when you do these visits, bingo and...
Right. And one place, they do a movie. They have a movie theater in-house. So they'll pick a movie, and my guys will hand out popcorn and ice cream and stuff like that.
Yep.
It's pretty interesting.
Absolutely. And I've been on a couple of those visits myself, and I will say the veterans living at these facilities really appreciate.
Yeah, they're very happy to have some company and also camaraderie, because it's not just somebody, it's another veteran.
Right.
So we understand more of what they're going through and what they're feeling.
Absolutely. So do you guys, how do you do fundraising, and do you have any upcoming events you want the community to know about?
We do a raffle, and for the past couple of years, because of COVID, we haven't done anything. We also used to do a 5K, 5-mile run walk, which we haven't done because of COVID. Now that we're starting to meet back here, because this is where we meet, we're planning on doing things like that again, getting them up and running. And
yeah, those are great opportunities, sounds like, for people to support your organization. Do you partner with any other veterans and community organizations?
All of them. All of them.
Yes.
You know, the Knights, the VFW.
And you've working closely with the VFW with the Memorial Day parade.
Yes, and that's a great thing, because as long as we're serving veterans, and the Memorial Day parade for all veterans is a very, very important thing. And in town, the people that were doing it decided not to do it last year, and last minute, Jamie Hillen, our town administrator, let me know that. So we jumped on board and went over to the VFW and said, hey, we've got a great opportunity to work together again, and that's what we did.
Yeah, you guys did an amazing job.
Well, thank you. Wait for this year.
That's right, that's right.
This year's going to be nice.
Absolutely, it's going to be another excellent event.
Yes, I think so.
Yes. So my last question is, what do you want other veterans and the community to know about your post, and how can they support your organization?
Well, we do take donations, and by supporting our post, anybody that's a veteran that would like to join, matter of fact, let me mention that because of COVID and all that, any veteran that wants to join this year, we will pay their dues for them, so it's free membership for a year.
Oh.
And then it's $40 after that, which is, for $40 for a year to any membership, is, you can even get cable for less than that.
Sure, that's very reasonable.
Right.
And it goes a long way.
It does go a long way. So we're trying to make sure that every veteran has a voice.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for all the great work you do. Thank you for taking the time to be here today.
My pleasure.
Thank you to everyone at Post 75. This wraps up our program for today. I also want to thank Franklin TV once again for hosting our show. And thank you to all the veterans out there for your service. My name is Shannon. This is Veterans Call, and have a wonderful day.
This program was made possible by your Franklin friends and neighbors, good folks just like you. Thanks for supporting Franklin TV. And thanks for watching.